Welcome back to another release show here on the Hit the Books channel with myself, Zach Phillips, and the man you all came here to see, Mr. Brad Powers. Brad up and at it real early out there, 6 a.m. where he's at, just to come here and deliver this show to you guys. So make sure to show your appreciation while you're watching by hitting that like button as well as subscribing to this channel. You can also turn on notifications so you get notified every time this show or Brad and Knish's show at 5 p.m. on Mondays and Fridays, or the show with Douglas Farmer and Parker Fleming on Tuesday afternoons goes live, so you don't miss any of these shows. But Brad, long weekend of college football into the NFL week one there so far. How's the first weekend of full slate of football going for you?
Well, it didn't go well. I just, to be perfectly blunt, hit the books best bets, including this release show best bet, the loss. So it wasn't a good Saturday, to say the least. We'll recap more in detail with Knish on the afternoon show. But more importantly, lost this release show bet last week. Connecticut, it wasn't even close. I'm not going to sit here, bitch and complain and talk about missed opportunities. But reality was Connecticut couldn't run the football. And Georgia State dominated the line of scrimmage, something that really surprised me because I thought Connecticut more than held their own at the line of scrimmage the week prior against NC State.
Yeah, and we did see that one. We give it out here. Goes to from plus 3.5 down to 3 was about where it closed at, and you're talking about there loses 35-14. So we go 0-1 so far here on the release shows. But if you do want to see all the picks that are given out on this show, whether it's here on the release show or, as Brad mentioned, on the afternoon show with himself and Joey Knish at 5 p.m. right here on Hit the Books, you can find all of those over on Betstamp, where all the picks are tracked. And we feel like the easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is by using multiple sports books and always getting the best odds. We recommend using an odds comparison tool like Betstamp to make sure that you do so. Betstamp compares odds across every sports book for games, futures, and player props. You can save time and money by checking Betstamp before you bet. So make sure to download the app today. And if you're looking to sign up for new sports books, you see some up on the board here today or up on the screen when we give out this pick and you say, oh, I don't have that one. Maybe it has a better number than the book that you're currently sitting at. Make sure to go sign up for that sports book by checking out the offers available at betstamp.app/hitthebooks. You can also find the link for that in the description of this video, so make sure to check that out. But Brad, we're going to give out another pick here today. Get into that. We're looking at Saturday, this upcoming Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Rotation number 144. Brad, I'll throw it to you. Which game specifically here? What's the pick?
Yeah, I hate to do this to everybody, but we're going right back to the Connecticut Huskies game. And in this particular case, we're going to go with the under. We're going to go under 45.5. There's some 46s out there. I'll be fair with the market. It's pretty much split right now between 45.5 and 46 under the play. We'll start off with my pure numbers on the game before I get into multiple handicap. Made it 44. We have two slow tempo teams here, especially FIU, bottom 5 in the country as far as plays per game. Connecticut also in the hundreds as far as plays per game nationally. Two teams that prefer to run the football, even though Connecticut, I just got done saying, really struggled to run last week against Georgia State. And I'll say this, FIU might think they have found their quarterback. They made a switch since the opener. I'm here to tell you their data point last week. You might be saying, well, why bet under? FIU just scored 46 points themselves last week. North Texas's defense, and this is no exaggeration, that the defense that FIU played last week might be the worst defense in the history of college football. So I think that data point maybe gives us an extra half point or a point of value here. Just because you think FIU's offense is capable. I think the reality is it's more FIU's offense of the first 2 weeks when they scored 17 against Louisiana Tech and only 14 against Maine. And then finally, and I've seen the board kind of react to this, there is a good chance of weather being significant in this game as Hurricane Lee moves up the coast. Even if Hurricane Lee doesn't make landfall, it's such a big storm. Current forecast has the wind here in the 20-plus mile-an-hour range. So this is one I do think if that weather forecast holds, we're going to see a significant line movement here. So let's go ahead and go under 46, 45.5. And again, I made it 44. And then when you factor in weather, you could take it down another 2-3 points in that regard.
All right, so there you go. There's our official pick of the morning. We're looking at the Yukon FIU game, rotation number 144, this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're looking at under 45 and a half, and I am seeing a bunch of people in the chat here mentioning other numbers that are available. There are other numbers available. That is another good plug for Betstamp, their sponsor of the show. Make sure to go check them out. But yes, there are 46 and a half, as well as 46s out there. So shop around, get the best number. Brad's saying good to 45 and a half here. So make sure to shop around before you go and place this bet here today. But thank you to everyone who tuned into the show here this morning. We appreciate you taking the time to get up on a Monday morning and tune in here and be here for the release show. Before you go, please make sure to smash that like button on your way out. It is appreciated. It does help grow the show to help make sure we can do more content like this. But Brad, if you could give us a little bit of a teaser, what's coming up later today, 5 p.m. Eastern time with you and Joey Knish? Are we gonna have to? I have a bad feeling that we're gonna have to hear about him going back and forth about how Michigan's the superior Michigan team and all that kind of stuff going on today.
Yeah, so what we'll do, if you don't want to hear Detroit Lions talk or anything Michigan related, although we got the Mel Tucker situation we got to address, so I would say maybe tune out for the first 10 minutes or so, let Knish get all through the Lions and all that, and then you can join in and let the party start. But I got to tell you, Knish is worth the price of admission just to see how excited he is about the Lions, and deservedly so. But there will be, I'm just not saying it because of Knish. There's going to be a lot of Michigan talk because Michigan State-Washington game is one of the bigger games. We'll talk about how that Mel Tucker situation impacts the point spread. And more importantly, if you like picks, whether they win or lose, we'll have a ton of picks and a ton of lines to get in front of on today's show.
All right, there you go. That'll be coming up right here on Hit the Books at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. So make sure to subscribe here to the Hit the Books channel, like this stream before you leave, as well as set notifications so that you get notified when that show this afternoon kicks off and goes live. As well, if you're into MLB content, you want MLB breakdowns and picks, go over to the Call to the Pen YouTube channel as part of the Hammer Betting Network with John Legeza giving out picks and previews coming up after this 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. To everyone who tuned in here today, we appreciate you joining us for this morning. Brad, thank you as always. I'll see you this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see everyone else there as well.